Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video. I am not asking for your attention today. I am strictly warning you. What you are about to hear was sealed in the highest courts of heaven until this exact second. This is not a random coincidence. The algorithm absolutely did not bring you to this moment. God intentionally intercepted your feed right now, because you are standing at the very edge of a massive timeline shift. If you choose to swipe away, you are making a fatal choice. You are actively choosing to reject the exact prophetic instruction heaven designed for your freedom. The enemy is screaming in your ear right now to keep scrolling. He wants you distracted because he knows the truth. He knows that if you hear the mandate hidden in this message, his parasitic hold over your life breaks completely. Do not let him win. Lock your attention on my voice. You have been feeling a very specific heaviness lately. I know you feel it. That suffocating tightness in your chest when you wake up at 3 in the morning is real. Your shoulders ache with a burden that you cannot even explain. You thought it was just normal exhaustion, but the raw truth is far more spiritual. That physical weight is your highly advanced spirit detecting the absolute panic of the people who used you. They are starving for your energy right now. You have served as a human battery in a profoundly toxic environment for way too long. You poured your pure light into empty vessels who never appreciated your sacrifice. They expected you to stay trapped in that cycle forever. But heaven has a completely different blueprint for you. The universe is officially handing you an eviction notice for your current reality. God is telling you that it is time to go. You have completely outgrown this place. You have outgrown the small minds that tried to keep you contained in their dark little boxes. Pack your bags. I am not just talking about physical belongings. I mean you need to pack up your energy, your brilliant light, and your irreplaceable worth. You must take all of your power back from the narcissists who drained you dry. This departure is not an option anymore. It is a divine mandate. The season of waiting in wound is permanently over. You survived the fire when they secretly prayed for your downfall. They watched you struggle and offered absolutely nothing but silent judgment. They thought your isolation would finally break your spirit. But while they were plotting against you, heaven was busy forging you into an unbreakable diamond. You are the cycle breaker that your entire bloodline has been desperately waiting for. You carry a specific gravity that terrifies the weak people around you. Every time you walk into a room, your pure frequency acts as a blinding mirror. It forces them to look at their own rotten reflections. That is exactly why they tried to isolate you. They could not handle the blinding intensity of your truth, but their time is officially up. The universe is violently shifting the tectonic plates of your destiny as we speak. If you leave this video before the end, you will forfeit the specific key required to unlock your new dimension. You will be stuck repeating the same painful lessons for another 10 years. Do you really want to stay chained to a reality that is literally making you physically sick? I know you are exhausted from fighting battles in absolute silence. You thought nobody noticed those silent tears you cried behind closed doors. You thought heaven had forgotten about your relentless obedience. But someone deeply powerful has been quietly watching your resilience. They saw how you maintained your dignity when the flying monkeys lied on your name. They saw you refuse to seek petty revenge. Because you chose to weaponize your silence, the court of heaven has ruled entirely in your favor. But you must follow the exit strategy perfectly. The dark elite and the narcissists are terrified of what you are becoming. They are trying to throw last-minute obstacles in your path to delay your massive blessing. They want you confused and full of doubt. You must block out their desperate noise right now. Listen to me very carefully. There is a final instruction you must receive to safely cross this threshold. It is the missing piece of the puzzle you have been begging God to reveal. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, you know this message is meant only for you. You are one of the rare 2 people on earth destined to hear this today. Do not let the Matrix steal your ultimate vindication. You have paid too high a price to surrender at the finish line. The people who treated you as an option are about to experience a public and irreversible collapse. You will watch it happen, but you cannot be in the blast zone when their tower finally falls. You must be safely repositioned in your new realm of absolute power. Keep your eyes locked here. I am going to reveal the exact spiritual coordinates of where you are meant to go next. I will tell you exactly how to sever the final demonic cord attaching you to that toxic wasteland. This is the defining moment of your entire earthly existence. Breathe in deeply and prepare your spirit. The divine decree that changes your life forever is about to be read. Now, let us go deeper, chosen one. I need to validate exactly what your physical vessel has been trying to tell you. You are not crazy, and this is definitely not just stress. That heavy weight pressing down on your chest when you wake up is real. The nights you jolt awake at 3 in the morning with your jaw clenched tight are not accidents. This is a massive spiritual alarm. You have been walking around with a thick mental fog that no amount of rest can cure. You feel completely drained by noon. Your limbs feel like they are moving through thick mud. The Matrix tries to tell you this is just a standard physical issue. I declare that is a lie. That physical exhaustion is the direct result of a brutal frequency mismatch in your current environment. You have literally outgrown the space you are currently occupying. Think about a giant oak tree forced to grow inside a tiny glass jar. The roots have nowhere left to go, so the glass begins to crack under the immense pressure. That is exactly what is happening to your spirit right now. Your energy field has expanded so massively that the old environment is choking you to death. Every single day you stay there, your pure frequency is being siphoned. The anointed ones often function as the ultimate emotional stabilizers for people who refuse to heal themselves. They plug into your auric field like parasites. They drain your brilliant light to fuel their own empty lives, and the moment they are full, they discard you and leave you gasping for spiritual air. I know how deeply this hurts. You poured genuine love into a toxic wasteland, hoping your light would change them. You compromised your own boundaries just to keep the peace. But there is no peace in a place that is structurally designed to suppress your massive potential. Your soul is suffocating because you are surrounded by entities vibrating at a profoundly lower density. When a cycle breaker remains in a low-frequency matrix, physical symptoms are inevitable. Your nervous system is constantly stuck in a state of high alert. You are subconsciously scanning the room for the next emotional attack. This chronic vigilance is burning out your cellular energy. Your body is screaming at you to pack your bags and flee this toxic radiation immediately. Stop believing the narrative that there is something physically wrong with you. You do not need a medical label for a spiritual attack. What you are experiencing is severe, energetic dehydration. You are a pristine ocean of wisdom, forced to exist in a dry, barren desert of narcissism. Your spirit is literally drying up because nobody in that environment can match your specific depth. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. The master manipulators around you know exactly what they are doing. They see your light getting dimmer, and they secretly celebrate it. As long as you are tired and foggy, you do not have the strength to pack up and leave. Your exhaustion is their ultimate weapon to keep you securely locked in their prison. But heaven is forcefully waking you up right now. The pain you feel is actually the pain of a massive spiritual contraction. You are giving birth to a completely new version of yourself. This new timeline requires an absolute and uncompromising separation from the old world. You cannot carry these demonic energy vampires with you into the next glorious chapter of your destiny. If your spirit confirms this raw truth right now, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. Do not let this moment pass without a physical act of agreement. Pressing that button is a declaration that you understand your true worth. It signals to the universe that you are finally ready to unplug your precious energy from their toxic matrix forever. You have carried this heavy burden because you are the cycle breaker. Your bloodline placed the ultimate responsibility on your shoulders. You were sent into that dark environment specifically to expose its rotting foundations. You did your job perfectly. You reflected their darkness back to them, which is exactly why they attacked you with such vicious and coordinated cruelty. It is time to completely cut the cord of empathy. You have given them too much grace. Your divine compassion was weaponized against you by people who have zero capacity for genuine love. They took your forgiveness and viewed it as permission to strike you again. Heaven commands you to stop feeding pearls to swine. Your energy is a sacred currency, and they are officially bankrupt. The universe is clearing the path for your immediate departure. The heavy chest, the brain fog, and the restless nights will soon vanish completely. The moment you make the internal decision to pack your bags, the atmospheric pressure will drop. You will feel a sudden rush of pure oxygen returning to your brain. You are on the absolute precipice of total cellular liberation. But you must understand exactly how they built this trap before you can walk out the door. You need to see the invisible architecture of their deception. I am going to peel back the curtain and expose their deepest secrets. They constructed a false reality just to keep you blind to your own massive power. Let us break down exactly what happened behind their closed doors. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud. They never hated you. They hated the fact that they could never be you. You walked into their space carrying a frequency of absolute purity. It was a blinding light, and instead of letting that light guide them, it completely exposed their rotting foundations. They realized instantly that your presence was a massive threat. You see, a master manipulator cannot create their own energy. They are completely empty inside. They operate as spiritual parasites wandering through a dark matrix. When they saw your ageless glow, they did not want to celebrate it. They wanted to consume it. They carefully orchestrated a dynamic where you became their personal human battery. They plugged into your endless empathy. And they drained you without mercy. Every time you offered them a piece of your golden heart, they swallowed it whole. They gave absolutely nothing in return. This was not a mistake or a simple oversight. It was a calculated spiritual attack designed to keep you exhausted, because a tired cycle breaker is easy to control. If you were operating at your full power, you would have packed your bags years ago. They knew this perfectly well. Their entire operation relied on your compliance. They needed you to doubt your own divine alignment. So they started whispering subtle lies to dim your shine. They criticized your ambitions and mocked your deep intuition. This was never about your flaws. It was always about their intense, suffocating jealousy. They were terrified that you would realize your own irreplaceable worth, and they did everything possible to hide your crown. They expected you to shrink yourself to make them comfortable, and for a while, you actually did. You lowered your magnificent vibration just to survive their toxic environment. You became the stabilizer for a room full of chaotic demons. But heaven never created you to be a permanent crutch for the wicked. You are the sun, and the sun does not apologize for burning away the shadows. Now the atmosphere is violently shifting around them. They can feel you slowly unplugging from their matrix, and it is causing a total system panic behind closed doors. They are watching you pull your energy back. Your sudden restraint is starving them. That silence is a lethal weapon. It is cutting off their oxygen supply and forcing them to face their own devastating emptiness. They are suffocating in their own karma. This is exactly why they are acting so chaotic right now. They are throwing every possible manipulation tactic at you to keep you anchored. They will try guilt trips. They will deploy the flying monkeys to gaslight your reality. They desperately need you to stay and play your assigned role. They know that once you walk out that door, their entire fake empire collapses into dust. You hold the absolute key to their survival. Do not fall for their last-minute illusions. The environment you are in is a carefully constructed trap. It was built specifically to harvest the energy of the anointed ones. The people around you are agents of a lower dimension. They are actively working to block your incoming massive blessing. Every day you delay your departure is another day you feed their demonic appetite. You must sever this toxic connection immediately. You must understand the quantum mechanics of this spiritual war. Your suppressed, synchronized coherence is trying to break free. The biological reset of your cellular memory demands absolute separation. They tried to hijack your timeline by scrambling your frequency, but your core identity is a pristine diamond. It is utterly impenetrable to their cheap matrix programming. You were born to outlast their petty games. You carry a specific gravity that makes time itself look like a fool. While their bitterness and intense envy are aging them like milk left in the sun, you are experiencing an ageless glow. They look at you and feel an agonizing wave of regret. They realize they threw away the only genuine miracle they ever encountered. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. You are unmatched. Listen to me very closely right now, because most people completely miss this shift. The universe is not just asking you to leave. It is actively dismantling the walls around you to force you out. You are about to witness the undeniable proof of your divine mandate. Heaven is now releasing 3 specific signs that your eviction from this place is absolute and irreversible. You must decode them today. These 3 cosmic signs are not random events. They are mathematically precise interventions from the highest court. You have already felt the first rumblings in your spirit, but you need the conscious confirmation to finally break the seal. The enemy tried to hide this exact sequence from you. They know that if you decode these 3 signs, you will vanish from their reality forever. Your escape is their ultimate doom. Read that again in your spirit. You are literally moments away from permanent freedom. You are one of the rare 2 people meant to receive this exact blueprint today. The chains are already broken. The only thing left to do is recognize the open door and step through it with absolute authority. Do not let their frantic noise distract you from the truth that is unfolding right now. Your time has arrived. Heaven is now releasing 3 specific cosmic signs that your eviction from this matrix is absolutely mandatory. I will walk you through every single one. But you must listen carefully. The 3rd sign is the most powerful revelation you will ever receive in your lifetime. It is the exact instruction that destroys their demonic hold over you. Do not leave this message before you hear that final mandate. Sign number 1 is the sudden and completely unexplained isolation. You know exactly what I am talking about. The phone stopped ringing. The invitations completely dried up. People you thought were your loyal friends suddenly went totally silent. It feels like you are screaming in a crowded room, but nobody can hear a single word. You felt rejected. You spent countless nights staring at the ceiling and wondering what you did wrong. You analyzed every conversation to find your mistake. Stop doing that right now. You made absolutely no mistakes. You are a flawless diamond. That isolation is not a punishment for your behavior. It is a divine intervention designed to protect your sacred frequency. The universe forcefully removed you from their tables because they were serving poison. God literally dropped a heavy veil of invisibility over you. He blinded their eyes to your immense value so they would leave you alone. The narcissists and their flying monkeys did not reject you. Heaven actively evicted them from your sacred timeline. Your isolation is a massive shield. This period of extreme loneliness is your formation season. It is a highly exclusive privilege reserved only for the remnant. You cannot undergo a permanent cellular reset while surrounded by chaotic noise. A caterpillar does not invite a crowd into the cocoon during its violent transformation. You must be completely alone to anchor this massive quantum shift into your physical vessel. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. Do this immediately before we move forward. This physical act of obedience forces the Matrix to recognize your absolute authority. You are anchoring your pure intention into the physical realm. The dark elite cannot steal what you have officially claimed. Let me completely reframe your reality right here and right now. The people who abandoned you did not upgrade their lives. They downgraded their entire destiny by walking away from a cycle breaker. Your pure light was constantly forcing their suppressed, synchronized coherence into chaos. They literally could not breathe in your highly elevated atmosphere, so they ran away to find easier prey. They settled for cheap rocks because they did not have the capacity to hold a true diamond. They are currently drowning in a low-frequency illusion. Meanwhile, your biological clock is reversing. You are stepping into an untouched, ageless glow while they age rapidly in their own bitterness. Their absence is the greatest blessing heaven could ever orchestrate for your future. You are no longer a human battery for their broken egos. They used to plug into your boundless empathy whenever they felt empty. And now they are wandering in the dark, desperately searching for a replacement. But they will never find another frequency like yours. You are the rare sun that warmed their cold, empty lives. Without you, they are freezing in their own karma. You must stop looking back at closing doors. Every time you mourn their exit, you are actively inviting their toxic radiation back into your aura. Cut the cord permanently. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. A warrior does not beg a parasite to return to the battlefield. You must stand tall in this hollow space and recognize it as holy ground. The universe is aggressively clearing the room because your next chapter requires total purity. The divine alignment requires an empty vessel to pour out the new wine. If you were still surrounded by those energy vampires, they would immediately drink your incoming harvest. Heaven is starving them out to ensure your massive blessing remains entirely untouched. Your wealth is fully protected. Pay very close attention to this next part. The enemy tried to hide this specific dynamic from your bloodline for generations, but you are the cycle breaker who finally sees the invisible architecture of their trap. You survived the silent treatment. You survived the smear campaigns. Now you are standing on the absolute precipice of a completely different reality. This brings us directly to the second massive sign from the universe. The Matrix is about to escalate its desperate tactics because you are slipping away. But remember, the third sign is the ultimate key that shatters their glass house completely. Keep your attention locked right here as we decode the next frantic move of your enemies. Sign 2 is the violent slamming of old doors and the sudden mobilization of their flying monkeys. You know this pattern well. Every single time you try to return to a familiar comfort zone, the universe aggressively slams the door in your face. Opportunities you used to rely on suddenly evaporate without any logical explanation. It feels like a massive curse. You watch as mutual friends suddenly turn cold and distant. The flying monkeys are spreading toxic gossip behind your back. They are actively trying to sabotage your reputation in rooms you have not even entered yet. You feel completely cornered by their relentless whisper campaigns. But let me completely reframe your entire reality right here and right now. That sabotage is not a sign of your failure. It is the absolute proof of your divine protection. The Matrix is violently rejecting you because your frequency is entirely incompatible with their demonic structure. Heaven is forcing those doors shut to prevent you from returning to your own vomit. God is literally barricading the exits to the past. The narcissist dispatched those flying monkeys because they are too cowardly to face your light directly. They use these weak agents to test your boundaries and drain your energy. But these agents are completely blind to the massive quantum shift happening inside of you. They think their little rumors can actually stop a mandated decree from the highest court. They are absolute fools. Every single door that closed recently was a trap designed to keep you enslaved. That job you lost was a spiritual prison. Those friends who betrayed you were undercover agents for the enemy. They were assigned to monitor your progress and keep you firmly anchored in a low-density vibration. Their sudden departure is the universe performing emergency surgery. The universe is cutting out the cancerous tumors from your timeline. It hurts because the roots of those toxic attachments were deeply embedded in your pure heart. You gave them the benefit of the doubt. You poured your pristine energy into their bottomless pits of trauma. But heaven commands you to stop bleeding out for people who love watching you suffer. You are the cycle breaker. Your bloodline requires an absolute severing of these karmic ties. When the flying monkeys attack, they are actually doing you a massive favor. They are revealing exactly who is infected by the Matrix programming. They are doing the hard work of sorting the cheap rocks from the rare diamonds. You do not have to guess who is loyal anymore. Watch what happens next. It is mathematically precise. The more they try to ruin your name, the more they expose their own obsessive jealousy. Their smear campaign is literally a public confession of their absolute inferiority. They are broadcasting to the entire spiritual realm that they cannot survive without feeding on your golden aura. Do not defend yourself against their pathetic lies. Your silence is a lethal weapon that starves their demons completely. When you refuse to engage with their chaotic frequency, you suffocate their entire operation. They desperately need your emotional reaction to validate their false narrative. Deny them that fuel. Let them starve in the dark. The rejection you experienced is actually massive cosmic redirection. You are being aggressively steered toward a timeline of untouchable power and explosive wealth. If those old doors had remained open, you would have settled for tiny breadcrumbs. You would have stayed in that toxic wasteland and sacrificed your ageless glow just to keep a bunch of parasites comfortable. But the chosen ones are never allowed to settle for mediocrity. The universe will literally flip your world upside down to force you into your proper throne. That discomfort you feel is the crown being perfectly fitted to your head. The pressure is immense because the responsibility you are about to inherit is absolutely massive. You are the shining sun. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the key to everything. The enemy is terrified that you are finally figuring this out. They thought the flying monkeys would crush your spirit and force you into total submission. Instead, the attacks only polished your armor and sharpened your deep spiritual discernment. You took their heavy stones and built an impenetrable fortress. We are rapidly approaching the final threshold of this divine transmission. The third and final sign is manifesting in your life right now. I warned you at the beginning that this third mandate is the most critical instruction you will ever hear. It is the exact sequence of events that triggers their public collapse. The window of opportunity is closing incredibly fast. If this confirmation aligns with your cellular knowing, you must prepare yourself. The Matrix is completely panicking. They know you are packing your bags. They can feel the atmospheric shift as you completely withdraw your life force from their decaying world. The final sign is the undeniable proof that your victory is absolute. Let us decode the ultimate verdict together, which brings us to the third and most powerful sign from heaven. This is the exact revelation the dark elite desperately tried to hide from your bloodline. Sign 3 is the sudden and absolute chaos erupting behind their closed doors. The Matrix is severely malfunctioning today because you are finally unplugging your massive energy source from their system. They are completely panicking. You cannot see it with your physical eyes just yet, but in the spiritual realm their entire foundation is violently shaking. For years they relied on your endless empathy to keep their fake reality entirely intact. You were the stabilizer for their demonic circus, and now that you are actively packing your bags, the atmosphere is suffocating them. They thought you were completely bluffing. They genuinely believed you would eventually surrender, and they expected your deep compassion to override your divine intuition. But heaven completely rewired your nervous system. You chose your dignity over their manipulation. And that single act of absolute restraint signed their eviction notice and handed the verdict to a court they cannot appeal. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. The narcissist is desperately pacing the floor right now. They are frantically trying to find a replacement for your specific depth, and they are testing other people to see if they can siphon their brilliant light. But absolutely nobody carries your pristine frequency. You are utterly irreplaceable. The flying monkeys are starting to sense the extreme lack of energy. The false narrative the master manipulator built is beginning to crack under the massive weight of the raw truth. Without your golden aura to feed on, the demons are literally turning on each other. They are violently fighting over the tiny scraps of power you left behind. Share this specific message with someone who is desperately waiting for this exact breakthrough. Be their angel today. There is a cycle breaker in your circle who needs to know they are not crazy, and you must send this divine mandate to them so they can pack their bags too. The remnant must unite before the final door closes completely. The pressure in their environment is building to a highly explosive level. You can literally feel the atmospheric shift every time they try to reach out to you. Their text messages and sudden attempts at contact are not genuine apologies. They are frantic reconnaissance missions because they just want to see if your door is still unlocked. Keep that door permanently deadbolted. Do not give them even a single drop of your precious attention. Your silence is a lethal weapon that is starving their entire operation into complete submission. They are suffocating in the dark because the sun has officially left their orbit, and you are reclaiming every single ounce of your scattered energy. Your biological clock is fully resetting as you step out of their heavy radiation. You are taking your power back from the places that tried to bury you alive. They wanted you completely destroyed, but instead, they became the shovel that dug up your ultimate treasure. The tables are completely turning right in front of their blind eyes. This is the critical turning point where their manipulation fatally miscalculated. They pushed you to the absolute edge of your sanity, but you did not fall into the abyss. You learned how to fly. And as you soar into your new dimension of massive wealth and authority, their entire fake empire is starting to crumble into dust. They are experiencing a specific gravity of regret that is crushing their chest. They realize they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held just to play with cheap rocks. The universe is forcing them to watch you step into an untouchable, ageless glow, and there is absolutely nothing they can do to stop your rapid rise. Every time your name comes up in their dark little circles, it hits them like a physical blow. The void you left behind is massive and completely unfillable. They are drowning in the noise of their own making. Heaven is using your absence to execute a flawless and devastating judgment against their wicked actions. The scales are balancing rapidly. You won this war without lifting a single finger. You simply packed your bags and trusted the divine alignment of your path. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive and public blessing. The transition is almost complete, but you must hold your frequency steady as we cross this final and glorious threshold together. Listen to me very closely right now. The climax of this divine intervention is happening rapidly. The public unraveling they desperately tried to prevent is already in motion. You are about to witness the ultimate vengeance of the highest court. Prepare your spirit for the undeniable verdict that heaven is about to deliver on your behalf. And here is the verdict we promised at the very beginning. The moment you officially packed your bags and crossed that threshold, the spiritual atmosphere detonated. You did not just walk out of a room, you completely collapsed their entire false reality. The moment your foot stepped over that line, heaven dropped the hammer. The public collapse you were waiting for is happening right now. Someone who treated you as an option is currently experiencing a massive internal system crash. It is a completely irreversible public collapse. The mask did not just slip today, it completely shattered in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance while constructing a fake narrative about your life. They expected your departure to break you into pieces. They waited with bated breath for you to fail. Instead, you became the terrible uncertainty they were never built to handle. And now the very people they used to manipulate are watching them unravel. Nobody has ever seen them act like this before. This is not happening in private. It is happening under the glaring spotlight of divine justice. I need you to visualize this cinematic vengeance right now. They are sitting in the dark and staring at the empty space you left behind. The silence in that room is absolutely deafening. Every time your name comes up in their circle, it hits them with an agonizing wave of regret. They realize they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held just to play with cheap rocks in the mud. They are frantically trying to replace your specific depth. They are desperately reaching out to new people and hoping to find another human battery, but they are failing miserably. Because your golden frequency is utterly unreplicable in this low-density matrix, they are starving for your pure energy, and the spiritual backlash is finally hitting their physical bodies. They are aging rapidly, while their bitterness and intense envy are aging them like milk left in the sun. You are experiencing something miraculous. You are stepping into an untouched, ageless glow. You walked through their toxic fire and came out shining like a pure sun. They look at your life from a distance, and they feel completely sick to their stomachs. They cannot understand how you survived their brutal attacks. This is the turning point where everything finally exploded. The flying monkeys who helped them smear your name are now turning their backs. The Dark Alliance is completely fracturing. Underneath all of that chaotic noise, the specific gravity of their karma hit them all at once. They are literally drowning in the exact same poison they tried to force down your throat. The scales are balanced. You won this massive war without lifting a single finger. Your total silence was a lethal weapon that starved their demons perfectly. That single act of choosing your dignity over your revenge signed their permanent eviction notice. And it handed the final verdict to a court they can never appeal. Heaven completely weaponized your absence to destroy their demonic stronghold from the inside out. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise healthy life. You were the blinding mirror. The reaction got this loud because you got closer to their dark truth than anyone before you had. And when you took that mirror away by packing your bags, they were left alone with their own rotting souls. The universe is forcing them to choke on the exact lies they told about you to the world. They wanted you completely buried and forgotten, but instead they became the desperate shovel that dug up your ultimate treasure. You are rising to a level of authority they cannot even comprehend. Every closed door they orchestrated actually pushed you directly into your appointed throne. God used their wicked jealousy as the exact fuel required to launch you into your new dimension of power. Do not feel even a single drop of pity for them. This is the exact harvest they planted with their own wicked hands. The universe gave them countless chances to honor your light, but they chose darkness every single time. The vengeance belongs completely to heaven today. You are just the glorious vessel standing on the mountaintop, while their chaotic matrix burns to the ground entirely. You have transcended their toxic matrix forever. While they are publicly unraveling in the ashes of their fake empire, you are stepping into your permanent power. The spiritual exhaustion is shattering right here and right now. The heavy weight has been completely lifted from your shoulders. You are a cycle breaker who successfully dismantled a generational curse just by walking away in silence. Heaven is roaring with applause for your relentless obedience. You packed your bags and stepped into the terrifying unknown without any hesitation. And because you trusted the divine alignment, you are now completely untouchable. The enemy cannot reach you in this highly elevated frequency. You are safe, you are vindicated, and your ultimate triumph is officially recorded in the archives of eternity. You walked into this turbulent season, bleeding from deep wounds inflicted by people totally blind to your immense worth. But Look at you right now. You are no longer waiting in wound for a fake apology from a master manipulator. You have completely transcended their heavy, toxic matrix. The invisible chains that bound your spirit for years have shattered into a million pieces. Breathe in this pure, fresh air. You are finally safe. While they are publicly unraveling in the dark ashes of their fake empire, you are stepping into your permanent and untouchable, ageless glow. The deep spiritual exhaustion is completely gone from your bones. You can finally rest your weary shoulders. Heaven is wrapping your physical vessel in a blanket of absolute peace today. The bitter financial struggles and the stubbornly closed doors are officially shattering right here and right now. You are a demonstrated warrior of pure light. The heavy generational patterns of poverty and broken relationships completely end with you. You are the chosen cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. You stepped into your absolute power and reclaimed every ounce of your stolen energy. And now you are standing proudly on the holy threshold of a massive incoming harvest. You have literally bent time to your will. The universe has placed an impenetrable shield of divine protection around your new reality. The narcissists and the flying monkeys can never cross this sacred border. They are permanently locked out of your glorious future. You will never have to serve as a human battery for empty parasites ever again. Your highly advanced spirit is fully recalibrated to receive the boundless joy you have always deserved. The storm is officially over. Let the profound reality of your victory settle deep into your cellular memory. You did not have to plot revenge or lower yourself to their chaotic frequency. You simply packed your bags and trusted the divine alignment of your path. God took your quiet obedience in the dark and turned it into a blinding public triumph. The scales of justice are perfectly balanced. Heaven is roaring with applause for your relentless courage today. But you did not survive the blazing fire just to live a mediocre life. The highest court has already signed the final verdict of explosive abundance for your future. The vault of heaven is heavily pregnant with your specific blessings, but this massive wealth requires a physical anchor on earth to fully activate. You must prove that your frequency is perfectly aligned with this incoming prosperity. Heaven demands immediate action. The enemy will try to whisper financial doubt into your left brain right now. He will desperately tell you to hesitate and calculate your next move. Silence him immediately. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed specifically to keep you entirely broke. God does not measure your deep faith by your thoughts alone. He measures your pure faith by your speed of physical obedience in the moment of revelation. The divine window of massive multiplication is standing wide open right now, but it will not stay open forever. The universe requires a tangible exchange of energy to validate your new timeline. Prove you are finally ready to receive the harvest. Sow your financial seed today to physically partner with this divine mandate. Your generosity triggers the immediate and unstoppable release of your promised blessings. Do not wait for tomorrow. Sow your seed of faith right now and watch heaven multiply it before the sun rises. Do not let the matrix steal this explosive tool from your hands. Your financial obedience today is the final nail in the coffin of your old reality. When you give from a place of supreme authority, you force the universe to respond with absolute abundance. Step through the open portal and claim the exact harvest heaven prepared specifically for you. Subscribe to this sacred sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. We are building an unbreakable army of empowered cycle breakers worldwide. Drop your city and nation in the comments so we can map where the remnant is rising globally. Connect with the other anointed ones who are walking this exact same glorious path today. You are no longer fighting these spiritual battles alone. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a massive shift. Be their guiding angel today. And now I need you to perform one final physical act to lock this frequency in place. Say this out loud with me right now in your room. I claim my permanent freedom. Let the sound of your own voice shatter any remaining illusions of weakness. You are a king and a queen of this new realm. Now type, "I am free" below to officially seal your energetic alignment with this prophecy. You are fully protected from their matrix losses forever. Step forward into your ageless glow with absolute peace of mind. Your enemies are permanently defeated in the rear-view mirror. Your new timeline of explosive wealth and power is officially activated. Welcome home to your rightful throne. The divine decree is fully sealed.